Today on Sugar Spun Run, we'll be making lemon pasta. Hey Sugar Spun Bakers, Sam here, and today I am so excited to be sharing another carefully tested, well-researched, and perfected recipe. This one is good. It is creamy without being too heavy. It has a light, refreshing flavor thanks to fresh lemons. You're gonna love this one, so let's go ahead and get started. Now the first thing you want to do is bring a pot of well-salted water to a boil. For the pasta today, you can really use whatever you'd like. My preference is a long noodle like linguine or spaghetti. Today I'm using spaghetti. You'll need 8 ounces of pasta, and we'll cook this according to package instructions. So while that pasta is cooking, I like to start making our lemon sauce, and this will be made over on the stovetop. You are going to want to grab yourself a medium-sized skillet for this. Now to this skillet, we are going to add 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and I always eyeball my olive oil. Probably not the best thing to do. And we're also going to add 2 tablespoons of butter. I am using unsalted butter because that's what I have on hand. Salted would work fine as well. We're using a pretty small amount, so just use whatever you have in your fridge. Now we're going to turn our stovetop heat to medium, and we'll let this pan get nice and hot and let that butter melt. Meanwhile, we'll go ahead and start mincing our shallot. You're going to use a heaping tablespoon of finely cut or minced shallot. I love using a shallot because it has a lighter flavor than garlic, and it really melds nicely with the lemon, but if you prefer, you could use minced garlic instead. I would just use about 2 teaspoons. We'll also want to make sure we have our lemon zest prepped. You're going to need 2 tablespoons of zested lemon for this recipe. Always wash your lemon before zesting it. And when you're zesting your lemon, one thing to keep in mind is you do not want to go too deep with your zester. You want to stop when you see that white papery layer. That white layer there is called the pith. It's actually bitter. It doesn't have that fresh lemon flavor, and it can make your pasta bitter. Stay away from it. And we're also going to need 2 tablespoons of lemon juice as well, so you can go ahead and squeeze that now. Now always zest your lemon before squeezing it. Don't try to do it the other way around. It's very difficult that way. Swirl this butter around. Okay, now once our butter is nice and melted, we're going to add that shallot right to the pan. And we are also going to add our lemon zest. This is going to cook in that butter and the oil, and it's going to give us a really nice flavor. And I also like to add a pinch of crushed red pepper here, like an 1/8 teaspoon. It adds a little bit of heat that pairs really nicely with the lemon, but if you don't want heat in your dish, just leave it out. Now, of course, I want to get this all mixed up, and I'm going to cook it until the shallot is softened and translucent. It's just going to take a couple minutes. And I can really smell the lemon and the shallot. They smell so amazing together. You're gonna love this. Okay, once that shallot is translucent and softened, I like to grab my whisk and our freshly squeezed lemon juice. Again, this is 2 tablespoons, and I'm just going to slowly whisk in the lemon juice. Now I do like to do this slowly and cautiously because there can be a little bit of splatter. Just watch yourself. All right, and then once that lemon juice is added, while I am whisking, I'm going to drizzle in my cream. This is 3/4 cup of heavy cream, and I'm going to slowly whisk it in. Do keep whisking. This is going to help keep the mixture from separating or curdling, as sometimes lemon and dairy can do. We want a nice, smooth sauce. Make sure you get the edges. You want everything nicely combined. Now I like to bring this to a simmer while I'm whisking, which is going to help thicken the sauce just a little bit. Okay, and once I get a little bit of a simmer, I'm going to drop my heat and turn it down to low. And now I'm going to add my Parmesan cheese. You are going to need a 1/2 cup of freshly grated Parmesan cheese for this recipe, and freshly grated is key here. If you were to use like pre-shredded Parmesan, usually it's tossed in an anti-caking agent, and that will keep it from melting properly, and then you'll kind of have like a gritty sauce that separates. We want a nice smooth sauce, so grate your Parmesan cheese yourself. Usually it's cheaper to grate your own too, so you can save a couple bucks that way as well. Now I'm going to whisk this until the cheese is melted. The sauce is still simmering a little bit, so I'm going to turn down the heat another notch. And now I'm also going to add my salt and pepper. So I start with a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, just regular table salt, and a 1/2 teaspoon of ground black pepper. Freshly ground is best if you have a pepper grinder. I'm going to whisk this in, but you're always going to want to taste test and add more salt and pepper as needed. Typically, I always tell people if you ever find yourself with a dish that seems bland, even though you've added a lot of things to it that should have flavor, it usually just means you need a little bit more salt. Salt works wonders. It helps bring out so many flavors. It's just like, it's a magic ingredient. Now this dish comes together super fast, and right about now your pasta should be finished cooking as well. Now before you drain your pasta, you're going to want to reserve some of that pasta water. It's going to help us emulsify all of our ingredients and really coat those noodles nicely. I will usually try to save between half a cup and a cup, though you may not need all of that. I usually just work with a splash at a time. So reserve some pasta water, drain your pasta. We are going to go ahead and carefully add this into our sauce. Carefully, because we don't want to splash ourselves here. And I'm also going to add a splash of pasta water, just like, I don't know, I'd say probably about 2 tablespoons to start. My heat is still on low here. And now I'm just going to stir everything together. And my pan is a little bit shallow, so I'm kind of being a little bit careful here and just using the tongs to gently work everything together. And this isn't a super heavy, thick sauce. It's pretty light. It's like perfectly velvety. So this makes it a great dish for serving, you know, at any time of year. It's great in the summer, it's great in the winter. And you could also sear some chicken separately and serve that on top. That would be delicious too. Or shrimp. Shrimp would be good too. And this is just coming together beautifully. And that's really it. It's ready to serve. You can top it with a little bit of fresh or dried parsley. Fresh is always better, but I don't have any right now. Top it with a little bit of freshly cracked black pepper. Don't forget to test, and add more salt and pepper as needed. And that is how you make this super easy lemon pasta. I really hope you guys try this one. Please, if you do, let me know what you think. I always love hearing from you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. I need to pre-twirl my noodles. This is an obscene amount of pasta. For one forkful, not for one meal. This flavor, it's so good. It's so unique, which is amazing. You're gonna love it. I think there's sauce on my face.